Salute everyone. Welcome to the show this Sunday night. Appreciate Knicks Nation out here rocking and worked through some tech difficulties, but we here nonetheless ready to talk about this big win on the road. The New York Knicks go 6 games over 500, now 25-19. Took care of business in Detroit, 117-104. On the back of a Julius Randle 42-piece. Stand up, Julius Randle. Talk about it tonight. Another 30-point game in the books. Chalk it up. He was all over the place tonight. And earlier today, Jalen Brunson, also the other deserving all-star on this squad, put up numbers, did his thing as well. Salute to Knicks Nation out here. Now, Julius Randle is the second Knick since Patrick Ewing to put up 40 and 15. Ladies and gents, absolute colossal effort tonight. And the New York Knicks won the points in the paint, 44-32, dominated there. Built up a 20-point lead. Again, was unable to hold on to that big lead, but it was kind of that game where it was just, we played down to the opponent a bit. Guys obviously, playing big minutes on the road as well, but our all-stars carried us through this one, and the New York Knicks are running through the East right now. Turnovers, very low turnovers, 6 turnovers today, and there was 0 lead change, ladies and gentlemen, as the Knicks led wire to wire. That situation, 39 points in the first quarter to 22, 23-33. Detroit came back in the second. Then the New York Knicks went ahead again with 28-25 in the third, and finished off with a big run in the fourth, and killed the game off. But of course, we needed every bit of our all-stars. Tonight, doing work, getting it done. And salute to the chat, everyone out here. Salute Knicks Nation. Salute Replay Gang. Pudge nice. Let's go. How are you feeling after this win? The New York Knicks now 6 games over in 6th seed, and it's becoming a habit now to expect these wins. But we look and we evaluate how the Knicks play. Today we got out the gate well, let them come back again, then we put our foot on their throat. But Mitchell Robinson as well breaks some records of his own, becomes the second Knick, moving into this number 2 spot for the New York Knicks in blocks. Ladies and gents, big night for Mitch with 3 blocks, again in his 34 minutes. So we've got Julius Randle become the second Knick since Patrick Ewing with 40 and 15 rebounds. And we've got Mitchell Robinson now moving into the second place for the New York Knicks in blocks as well. So salute Webb, salute, let's go. Stand up, Knicks Nation. Right now, let me pull this thing up. There we see on screen now the race for 30-point games, right? Julius Randle, chalk him up for 12 30-point games for the season. Brunson on 9, right? Brunson got close today, unfortunately finished with 27. However, there will be a Knicks elite company come end of the season, right? The Knicks record for a season of 30-point games is none other than Patrick Ewing with 36, right? We have some interesting names there you see on screen, right? Amari Stoudemire, 2010 season as well. So Julius Randle's highest total was 15 30-point games in the 2021 season, MIP we hear season, and he's set to eclipse that now. absolutely going to eclipse that now, already up to 12, right? So his highest was 15. So, yeah, stand up, Juju Randle with that situation. Obviously, we see Melo. Melo's highest was 31. Then he had another season where he had 25 as well. Amari in the 2011 season finished with 22, right? So Randle's already on 12 30-point games for the season with 38 games left. So let that sink in, right? He's only 3 away from his MIP season. So that just speaks to this crazy season Randle's having right now, breaking records left, right. Yeah, left and right, ladies and gentlemen. But it's all about these New York Knicks now, moved to 25-19 on the back of today's big win, 117-104. You know, it was close, but the New York Knicks put it away, you know, towards the end. And we'll give out grades and we'll talk about it, the road ahead. Ladies and gents, what are your thoughts on today, earlier? Now, we've got some other trade talk to discuss as well. As you see on screen, potentially Alex Caruso from the Chicago Bulls. You know, there was a story with that situation talked about Caruso, you know, is in a situation where he may not be needed in Toronto, in Chicago. And apologies for the background noise. We're on the road out here, but yeah, Caruso, he would help this team. You know, we need help off the bench. He would bring toughness, some defensive prowess, some ball handling. Also, there was the other report talking about the Knicks would only move on from Derrick Rose if we did right, only to do right by Derrick Rose. So we continue this conversation about the trade buzz. Give us your thoughts. And with that, the fit with Caruso, and your thoughts on Derrick Rose, you know, getting moved on. Yeah, Webb, appreciate you. In the next 8 games, what's my prediction? Toronto, Washington, ATL, Toronto, Cleveland, Boston, Brooklyn, LA. Yeah. So I think, like I said in the previous shows, Webb, fam, between Cleveland, Boston, Brooklyn, and LA, the last 4, I think we split those, no worse than split. And then the Toronto, Washington, ATL, Toronto, I think we win 3 or we win all 4. I think we keep this thing rolling. Damn. Toronto, Washington, ATL, and Toronto. We get 3 out of those 4 or all 4. And we keep this thing buzzing up in here. So at no worse, we would be 5 out of that next 8. Damn, 5 out of that next 8. And we keep this thing rolling right now. We keep it buzzing. Almighty finesse up in here. And yeah, salute to everyone out here, football fans, Giant fans, stand up. The New York Giants had a huge win in the playoffs. Let's go. Yes, let's go. Yes, New York sports absolutely buzzing right now. We up in here. These New York Knicks got us buzzing. But there's key areas where we can improve this team, fam. I think Alex Caruso is a good name. I'm keeping my eye on that. I really am. Because, yeah, he brings extra ball handling, defensive toughness. Now, it would be good if he was had a bit more size. I do understand, you know, this team does need a bit of extra length. There's no doubt about that. But Caruso would bring that toughness, you know. In terms of our identity right now, he would fit in. He would fit in and he would bring that toughness with that extra playmaking and support with quick off the bench. So, yeah, that's another name to keep an eye out of. Malik Beasley, Terrence Ross, and more names to come. We'll continue to chop this thing up, fam. But, yeah, today's, you know, big win. We led wire to wire. We continue to dominate points in the paint. Now, fast break points. Now, fast break points was 6 today, 5 for Detroit. So we only had one more fast break point than Detroit today. So that it was a slow game today. But yeah, the big lead got up to 20. But I do like the less turnovers today, 6 turnovers with that. Yeah, the 6 turnovers was good today for the whole squad combined, ladies and gents. So that was very pleasing. Also pleasing to win the last quarter and win the first quarter as well. And we won the third quarter. For everyone also says, why do the Knicks do it tough and all of that? I understand that it is, frustrating. We give leads up. There's no doubt about it. You also got to look at it like, every NBA team is due for a run, at any point throughout a game, 48 minutes. An NBA team is always going to make a run. We just got to get in that mode now where we've got to wait, be ready for it and counter, and ideally not let these runs go too long. Let's say the team gets 6-8-0 run. We stop. We steady the ship. We call a timeout. We call a few plays. We get the ball in our ballers' hands to make the right play, and we get it straight. So now Detroit, obviously the worst team in the league. They hang around. We let them hang around, but we put it away. It was a Sunday matinee. It is what it is. But we look ahead, like Webb's saying in the chat, the Knicks Streets and Knicks Nation out here. Yep, right here. All the Giants fans, all the football fans, playoffs are here. We're getting battle tested, right? We're getting ready for this canal in the house. Salute. Yep, salute. Let's go. Give me 30 seconds. I'm going to refresh this thing and get these comments up. Hold me down. Yeah, back in action. We'll figure it out. Yeah, keep the buzz rolling as well. The New York sports is buzzing right now. Pop that like button. Knicks Nation, stand up. We got Canal in the house. Almighty Finesse. We got Danny Landers. Salute, my friend. How we doing? Yeah, Knicks are rolling. Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, all stars. Let's vote. Almighty Finesse. Admiral Botch. Salute, Mike. Manchild in the 6 soon. Manchild, are you going back to the next game? Let us know. Let's go, fam. Yep. Yeah, the Caruso situation is already out there. Yep, definitely. Let me pop that up again. Yep. As mentioned in the chat, Core Mega in the house. Salute. We got Webb rocking out. Jax giving us that talk with, the Derrick Rose situation with Caruso. I like Caruso. I think it would be a nice minor move. I'm not talking about or hyping it up to be a big move, but he would help. He would definitely help this team, man. We need toughness, tough players, grittiness, and all of that. Yep. Luke in the house, salute. Let's go, fam. Yep. Look, it's disappointing Jericho Sims isn't getting minutes. He's deserving of it. We all know that. But let's see. Let's see what happens. Dirty Dancer up in the house. Let's go. How many of you guys are Giants fans? I'm just curious to know. Let me know. Let me know your allegiance with the football. But yeah, like Dirty hits on with Caruso, he's good. Yep, he would help. It comes down to what would we need to give up, you know, and ideally would bring in Caruso, and I would still like to make upgrades. You know, I'd like to make more upgrades with that. Yep, Luke's Giants all the way. Big Blue, big time performance, big time as well. Kind of stole the shine from the Knicks today. Admirals Giants too. Let's go. Either way, New York Nation, New York sports is buzzing right now. The streets are buzzing. We hear the chat's buzzing. Yeah, so that's the Caruso news. It's a situation where it's one name, and we know a lot of talks don't necessarily come to fruition as well. Yep. So we continue to wait to see what else is out there. But I want you guys, now that the chat's rocking, you guys make some predictions, right? I pulled this thing up, and we're going to do a giveaway this season, right? We're going to give away a Julius Randle jersey and a JB jersey to the first person that guesses correctly how many 30-point games each of these two all-stars, deserving all-stars, will finish the season with. We have the record with the Pat Ewing 36 total, with that crazy 89-1990 season with 36 30-point games, man. That was insane. Patrick Ewing at the peak of his powers, that game, man. Absolutely dominating with 36 30 pieces for that season, right? So we've got Randall already on 12 and Brunson already on 9 for the season. And Juju hit up 12 tonight, but Brunson fell 3 points short of the 30 piece. So I'm guessing both of them can get to 25 30-point games. But my exact guess will be Julius Randle is going to get to 28. You heard it. It's a big number, but I think Julius Randle can get to 28 30-point games and surpass Amari Stoudemire's 2010 season. His previous high with the Knicks was 15 in the 2021 MIP season as well. So Julius Randle about to eclipse his best season as a Knick, already only 3 away. So that's crazy. That's the tear that Juju's on right now. Let's go. 33 for 33. Yes, sir. Quiet money in the house. Let's go. Manchild's G-Men all the way. Yep. You're going to hit up the next Toronto game, Manchild. Let us know. Dirty says, at most, I would give up our pick this year. Yep. I don't think they want to carry 2 rookies into next year as well. Yep. That's something to watch because, yeah, we do have limited roster spots now as well. Yep. We have a mellow 25 season and a 30-piece season as well. So I think Randall can get close. Randall can definitely get close with that, man. Like I mentioned with the Caruso thing, he addresses some of our needs. Unfortunately, he doesn't address all of them, fam. Like Shah Legacy, salute hits on Kuzma at the 3. His height, his size would be excellent. Yep. No smoke there. Excellent. Kuzma would fit in. I'm just worried about what he would command, with the salary and also, any particular trade, what that's going to look like. But We would be scary with Kuz, with Randle, RJ, and Brunson. That'd be scary. As we focus on the standings again, the New York Knicks are now 6 games over 500. Stand up, Knicks Nation. 25 and 19, just 2 games back of the Cleveland Cavs and Philly. 2 games back of both of them for the 4th and 5th seed. So I'm not looking down. I'm looking up for this squad, and I really feel like Leon Rose and Tom Thibodeau and co are gonna try to strike while the iron is hot this season, and not necessarily make it all in move. I'm not expecting that. I'll be shocked in mid-season, but they're definitely going to try and push to make a significant move. Yep, significant. You know, that could be a Kuzma. That's not an all-in move, so that's still on the table. That's a significant move. Maybe multiple bench pieces as well. Caruso and some. Maybe Caruso and Terrence Ross. You know, that kind of thing as well. Caruso and Malik Beasley, potentially. Because, fam, let's not forget we got 2nd round picks we can throw out there. We got 1st round picks that we can throw out there. Yeah, we can make a lot of things happen up in here. And yes, killer, salute. Randle for most improved again. Yeah, most improved upon most improved. Yeah, facts. Yeah, like Dirty hits on as well. With Caruso, we still have the flexibility, to trade a bit for Caruso with the 2 years of cost control would make a 1st round pick worth it. Yep. Also, Tom Thibodeau kind of player. No doubts about that. A Tom Thibodeau type of guy. But, the tear Randle's on. Yeah, I can expect him to get at least 20, 25, 30-point games as well. Yep. So keep the guesses coming as well. Taking care of business today on the road. Again, the Knicks road record improves again and again. So Julius Randle's 40 and 15 piece is the first time since Patrick Ewing. Mitchell Robinson moves into the second all blocks for the New York Knicks as well. So Knicks setting records left and right, baby. We've hit the highest over 500 total for the season as well. 6 games over. Now all's breaking right. We've got health. We've got the fan base. And we've got players clicking. IQ, unbelievable off the bench. We'll talk more about the bench shortcomings. And continue to give out some names that you think's going to help this squad. Manchild's going to book a ticket, for that game. Absolutely, fam. I knew you represent. Enjoy again. Enjoy. As I pull that road ahead up on the screen as well, before we look at the box score and give out some grades. Yep. We have a quick glimpse, like Webb posed in the chat, give us your predictions in this next coming 8. We got Toronto twice, which is, can be tricky. You see that team 2 times in 4 games, but I'm still feeling real confident. The New York Knicks got to be feeling super confident to handle their business now. One of them, the next one at MSG. Then we see Washington again at MSG. And then we hit ATL up. And then we hit Toronto up again. So I'm expecting 3 out of the next 4. Possibly we lose the Atlanta one, possibly the second Toronto one as well. But let's win these next 2 and get this streak to 5. Then I think Cleveland, Boston, Brooklyn, and LA. I think the Knicks will split, at worst, we'll split those two. Yep. And we'll keep this thing buzzing. We'll be right on the tail of Cleveland and Philly as well, which is just absolutely, beautiful to hear, because so many people counted this squad out, for some, fair reasons, some unfair. But with that said, this squad is just proving a lot of people wrong. Defensively, obviously, the catalyst was to tighten things up. We were letting way too many 3 balls, fall for us, against us, before we made that switch up, which has definitely changed things, changed our season right now. And of course, like you see with the 30-point games, you see Brunson and you see Randle absolutely dominate, coming through with flying colors right now. Yeah, Julius Randle only 3 30-point games off his entire MIP season, right? So these two gentlemen will be an elite Knicks company by the end of this season right now. So obviously we had every starter in the plus tonight. We only had 6 turnovers for the entire game. Not many fast break points, though, which was disappointing. Only 6 fast break points to Detroit's 5. But we took care of points in the paint, 44-32. So again, that's rebounding from Julius. That's Mitchell Robinson taking care of the glass. Yeah, consistency, There's going to be swings within games, no doubt about it. But if we can control certain aspects of it, like rebounding, points in the paint, and try to win fast break points as well, we're well on our way with the way these guys are playing, fam. Yep, we're building these habits and definitely taking care of these opponents. Scotty Barnes, yeah, Toronto's, they're at the make it or break it time, fam, with where Toronto is at 19-24, 11th seed. They either need to make that decision real soon to make some upgrades or start winning some games, or I think Toronto is better to go south, fam. With that said, we've got so many teams in the East struggling, right? And we've got national media guys paying tribute to the Knicks. Even Kendrick Perkins paying props to the Knicks today, tweeting out that you can win without superstars, but salute to the work Brunson and Randle and co are putting in. We also had a nice podcast, a nice segment on the Game Theory podcast with Sam Vecini, which I urge you to listen to as well. Sam's real high on the Knicks, and he's put the Knicks as his most fun team in the NBA right now, the most fun team to watch right now. They paid tribute, they salute to Quickly as well for being underrated and outplaying his projections. So that was good to hear as well. So we're getting lots of love, man, lots of shine. But I'm not satisfied yet. I know you guys aren't satisfied with this. We've blown some games. There's areas we can tighten up. Mentally, not giving up these cheap fouls, not making brain fades. Towards the end. Yep, Manchild's on point too. Messiah about to clean that house. Yep, that would be smart. E. Gibson, facts. First time we over 500. Let's make it 7 tomorrow with the back-to-back at MSG. Yeah, we got to mention that too, fam. It's a back-to-back. So let's give out some grades for these heroes, and we'll dive further into the road ahead, right? But we'll start with Julius, the soon-to-be all-star, I feel, who will be voted in by the coaches, most likely, right here. But let's keep voting. Let's get him in, right? In his 40 minutes, right? It was a history night for Julius. a franchise history night. 15 of 24, super efficient. 4 of 7 from 3 ball. 8 of 8, 100% from the line. 15 rebounds total. 4 assists, a block, 1 turnover only. I'll repeat that, 1 turnover only. A plus 14 and 42 big burgers. Julius Randle is the second Knick since Patrick Ewing, or the first Knick since Patrick Ewing, with 40 and 15 right there as well. So, I mean, the fact that he had to play that much, isn't the best thing, but he's handling his business. He's Mr. Durable. He's not missing games. He's playing through it. He's up. He's up. He's up. And he's soon going to be break some of his records from his MIP season as well. So you got to shout that out. Julius Randle's putting in work with this squad right now, and an A+ performance from Juju tonight. Game ball, right? I mentioned last night in the other show, his ability to stretch the floor is huge. Yet we have that legit stretch 4 right now on this team, and he's hitting those step backs. The 4 of 7 from 3-point land is deadly. The shooting's back. It's no fluke. He's in rhythm, and he's dangerous right now. This is the Julius that's making better decisions. He is moving the ball more. Yet when the trap comes, he's commanding doubles, which is making this squad even more dangerous, Between Brunson, RJ, him, and Grimes, right? When guys want to double, let them double. I'm not worried about that, man. We quickly move the ball on, and a dude's going to get an open look. Even Mitch at the bucket. But we just got to get that ball moving. We just got to keep moving it, and we can be real dangerous as well. We know what happened with Julius in the playoffs against ATL, and let's hope he's learned from that. But so far this regular season, he's dominating as well. One of the top power forwards in the NBA right now, and he's going to get voted in. He's going to get voted in by the coaches. Yep, no doubt about it. He's very, very, very deserving of that, to bounce back again for the second time running. Right there as well. 1 turnover, efficiency from the line and from the 3 ball, and rebounding like his name's Dennis Rodman as well. So he's given us everything, man. Poster dunks, splash 3 ball fadeaways. He's doing it all, man. Yep. Like Shah's hitting on, proven a lot of fans wrong. Yep. Even though most would never admit it. What do you guys think has been something you could put your finger on, to sort of that you think has helped Randle, bounce back this way? For me, I sort of count his work ethic. You got to be a willing worker to have the down year he had last season and come back in this kind of way, run through a brick wall. It's insane, but I think he's kept his work ethic, I think mentally we can all have it some days, and some days we don't have it, You could go up and you can go down. But for anybody that trains, goes to the gym, keeps fit, plays a sport, you got to keep that work ethic, Even on a down day, you get in the gym and you get up shots, you go through your routines, and you keep it rolling. I think Julius learnt some of that from Kobe. I think he learnt a lot from Kobe in terms of staying with it. Go through your ups, go through your downs, but stay with it. Yeah, Tim Smith, salute. 46 win pace. That's great. I had a 45 win projection myself, but I'm starting to think now this squad is going to get rolling even more towards the end, because a lot of teams are going to sell, and a lot of teams are going to sit guys with injuries as well. Yep. No doubt playing with a point guard is also taken a lot of pressure off, like Manchild hits and averaging 7 or more points per to the increased 3-point rate. Dirty Dancer, appreciate that. All you need is that 3 ball to be money, and it opens up your entire game as well. What was the knock on Randle before he came in, Nick? He was a bully ball, just a beast rolling to the bucket, but nothing else. You sag off, and you can contain him. But I think Julius Randle's 3 ball now is so good, you just got to respect that. Even some opponents you're seeing not quite respect it as much as they should. And he's proving them wrong. He's hitting it at a great clip. Another game in the plus, 14 tonight, A+. The next man up, Mitch, tonight was 34 minutes, 2 of 6. Own the glass, 6 offensive boards, 12 total, with 2 steals, with 3 blocks. Moves himself into the second all-time Knicks block list. With that tonight, plus 14, 4 points. So typical night from Mitch. Just owning the glass, holding us down. The steal rate's going up. The block rate's going through the roof. All defensive type team. You guys let me know your thoughts, man. Mitchell Robinson's definitely having that season. He's in the conversation for all defensive team right now. I mean, tonight was against Detroit, but he's absolutely dominating the glass and the paint and picking up more steals as well. Key stat, Mitchell Robinson, 1 foul. I love that. Love it. 1 steal in 34 minutes. Now, I know they don't really have the huge big man, but with that situation, it was huge. Mitchell Robinson still taking care of business, right? Taking care of what he got to do, handling his business. Yep. Like Killer says, man in the middle. Yep. Jack says Rose for Clarkson matches. Rose for Caruso doesn't. Yeah, we're probably going to have to make some other changes as well. Add some other pieces, to make things work. But it wasn't necessarily a concrete report with Caruso. I think it was a reporter speculating due to the fact that the New York Knicks are heavily scouting the Bulls right now, which is a jewel in itself. Fam, what do you guys think about that? The New York Knicks are heavily scouting the Bulls. So I think obviously we're doing our due diligence, I think, with Levine, DeRozan, Caruso, maybe even other pieces as well, I think. Yep. With the Chicago Bulls potentially blowing things up, I think the Knicks will be there ready to swoop if they like some of those pieces, I think that's one of the big situations to watch. But yeah, tonight I'll give Mitch a solid B, a B plus for tonight. Plus 14, 12 rebounds, 3 blocks, 2 steals. Incredible defensively. Now JB tonight, our other all-star, fell just short of his 30-piece with 27 points, but he was the team high plus 20. Team high plus 20 in his 42 minutes. So again, we need that help. We need help off the bench, man. But he was 9 of 17, efficient again. What else is new? And he was 2 of 4 from 3, 50%. Chalk that up. Numbers going up. Efficiency going up. And Brunson was 7 of 8 from the free throw line, which was great. Again, perfect. Brunson's money from the line now. 5 rebounds, 3 offensively 4 assists, a steal, a block, plus 20, 27 points. So, I mean, all-star numbers, incredible. Stand up. Jalen Brunson, man. Jalen Brunson gets an A. Yeah, A plus as well. Let me give him another A plus for tonight. The only issue is, like we all know, fam, he's playing too many minutes. That's the issue right there. Yep. Playing way too many minutes is JB. And that's with Quickly's minutes going up too. Quickly got into the 30s again, which was great to see. 34 minutes as well. So we'll hit on RJ now. 27 minutes, 4 of 10, and 4 of 8 from the free throw line, leaving some free throws there. But he struggled a little tonight with the shot. I did RJ Barrett, 27 minutes, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, plus 4, 13 points. So, you know, filling in tonight and playing his role, supporting Brunson and Randle. RJ, the 3-point and the field goals weren't too bad. Nothing too crazy that we're not used to seeing. But the 4 of 8 from the line is something he's definitely got to get better at, man. He's leaving points at the line. You know, he hits 3 more free throws and he ends up with 16 points. You know, and his numbers look different. But yeah, there are many ways we want RJ to continue to develop defensively, staying in front of his man. At times he can get blown by, but also a playmaking. You know, if his shot's not falling, make the willing pass, RJ. So I'll give RJ a C plus, B minus for tonight. Now Quentin Grimes, 37 minutes, 3 of 9 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, 3 of 4 from the line, and 4 rebounds, 3 assists, plus 8, 11 points. So again, another situation where Grimes and RJ getting, less touches. But it's what they do with their minutes, Make the right pass, open the defense up, get the ball moving, get it scrambling, get the defense scrambling, and we're going to get better shots for everyone. Yep. So, yeah, I really think that those guys are going to continue to get better throughout the season. Again, with those guys, it's all about development. It's all about development. With Grimes and RJ and the younger guys as well, they're going to have some ups, they're going to have some downs. It's all about decision making and development. Now, Quentin Grimes and RJ Barrett, they can make the team so much better even when they don't have the ball. Well, with their player movement and ball movement, is key. So for Grimes' performance tonight, again, I'm glad he's getting plus 37 minutes. And he was at the plus again, he was plus 8. So that was great. I'll give him a B minus. Give Q Dot a B minus for tonight. And the fact that he's doing what a lot of us want, playing 35 plus minutes. Like Manchild hits everyone in the plus tonight except iHeart and Deuce. As they should, really, against Detroit. Dirty could still be talked into Levine if the cost is lower, like 2 firsts and worthless expirings. But I don't think it gets that done. I think it all depends on the market too, fam. I think he's got plenty of years left on the contract, which means that the Bulls will be looking to get them, as much as they possibly can get. Out of that, Drip More in the house, salute. We celebrating the Giants win and the Knicks win. We got the streets buzzing up in here. Pop that like button. New York Knicks Nation. New York Knicks Sports. Let's go. Shah says RJ still a disappointment to me. He's the reason we need that third baller to play with Randle and Brunson. Yeah. He's not yet certified. Yeah, I think that's where he's at the moment. You can't count on him every single night. I think he's building his way into being a more consistent player. I'm still expecting him to get there because remember we had Brunson. Remember Brunson in the league early on. It takes time for some of these guys. Julius Randle at 22 as well was a shell of this dude that we're seeing as well. So that's a situation where he's definitely gonna continue to develop, but at what speed? What speed as we're trying to contend, or maybe we're trying to get to the playoffs and go as far as we possibly can. I think we just need to make some smart moves. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, I agree with BN as well. IQ definitely a better defender. Better defender, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, Brunson at 22 was still in college, roughly. But yeah, Julius Randle at 22 was a one-trick pony. Yep. Juju was a one-trick pony as well, fam. At that age. And again, I think RJ just needs to round out his entire skill set. He's trying to do a little bit of everything, and the three-point ball's not fallen for him. I think the mid-range area is where RJ can eat. He should work on getting his free throws up to 75% minimum. 75, become an 80% free throw shooter, and dominate in the midi. But I don't know why every young player wants to come in and shoot threes. Shoot threes all the time. It's all good to shoot the catch and shoots. Shoot the looks where you're wide open. Absolutely. But a couple dribbles in the elbow area, a couple dribbles into the paint, pull up for the mid-range. Could help us out a lot because RJ can still get to his spots. He's big. He can outpower dudes, and he could get to any spot he wants on the floor as well. I just don't want him to keep settling for threes, all the time, And one frustrating element right now is, when he is shooting the three, he shoots and he holds it there. He holds the gooseneck, and then he just waits. Sometimes he'll miss the rebound. The bounce back rebound. So I know you guys have been noticing that as well. So again, he's got to keep his head in the game and make all the right hustle plays. Make every single hustle play. Also, there's a bit of everything in terms of like Dead Dirty saying RJ's pretty good. The issue is he was hyped as the next big thing in high school, and he ain't that, unfortunately. Yep. I think athleticism is an area that people maybe there was some misconceptions around RJ coming into the league, fam. Yeah, like Beyond hits on size, speed is an issue. Yep, foot speed at the 2 guard. Yep. I'm kind of coming around now that RJ Barrett's best position is a 3 or a 4. I'm starting to have serious doubts whether RJ Barrett's best position is a 2. Because of the inconsistency with the shooting, but the foot speed, I don't know how you can be a 2 guard in this league when you get blown by regularly, and also your shooting's inconsistent. I would save the shooting guard spot for Grimes right now. So I think RJ needs to be permanently at the 3, play some minutes at the 4, even off the bench. Grimes and IQ, much quicker on defense too, and also decision making. Their first step is a lot quicker than RJ's is. But RJ just got to work on his strengths and highlight those. Post ups, mid range, like I said, be patient, keep his dribble alive, probe, back his man down. Kind of a little bit similar to what LeBron James's game is at now in the half court. LeBron James's half court game, get the little floater or the little step, the baby step back, back him down, baby step back with that. So with RJ's grade, I think I gave RJ a C plus and Grimes a B minus for tonight. Now we'll talk about quickly because his 34 minutes again, he was efficient, 6 of 13 and 3 of 6 from 3-point land, fam, plus 17 points as well. So putting himself maybe in the 6-man convo. What do you guys think about Quick in the 6-man convo? I think he's deserving of that recently. Yep. The minutes he's getting, damn, he's doing it. And the shooting, the playmaking, passing's there. He's developing right before our eyes as well as a combo guard with a all-round skill set. He's quick, more efficient lately, money from the line. 3 assists was nice, just 1 turnover. His assist to turnover ratio's gotten incredible. And as we highlight, the New York Knicks only had 6 team turnovers for tonight. So that was for today earlier. That was key. We've seen the worst of it. And we've seen dudes have 6 turnovers, in 1 quarter. So yeah, it was big tonight. Obviously, their defense is a bit sorry, but we took care of what we needed to, and I'm glad Quickly is giving all the support for this squad, and he gets a B plus for tonight. B plus for tonight for Quick. Yeah, he's developing right before our eyes, and I'm glad now that there's talk that the New York Knicks aren't entertaining any moves for IQ because he's a keeper, fam. Yep. He's a keeper. He's exactly what we need in terms of toughness, mentality. Drafted by the Knicks, a homegrown kind of hero we could get behind, a beloved New York Knick. I could see Emmanuel Quickly sticking around. Yep. Yeah, Shah says Randle's situation at 22 wasn't in a winning environment. Yep. The Knicks have definitely been the best opportunity for him, I agree, in terms of us giving him that platform to get reps, get shots up right now. Yep. But he's definitely always had that kind of potential. It just, a lot of teams were not as high that Randle could reach that, but the New York Knicks believed in him. We gave him that opportunity as a free agent, and he's definitely repaying us right now. He's repaying us in spades, fam. So let's continue to chop up this performance tonight. But yeah, there's not a whole heap to talk about from the the Detroit game, but it's more a situation where Brunson and Randle continue to make headlines around the league, mounting that all-star case, being super consistent, which is what you want. We have 2 reliable scorers each and every night. We have a couple nice role players in the starting 5. You guys tell me, we're in a fascinating situation that we're not used to. And we haven't been used to in a minute now. 6 games over 500, 38 games remain. You guys tell me, how close are we? That's the $1 million question on everyone's mouth right now. In terms of pieces to add, how close do you think we are right now? You convinced? Are you sold? Do you think we need to wait it out a little? Continue what happens to see what this season throughout the regular and the playoffs, see if dudes turn into a pumpkin? Or do you think we make a big move coming into this deadline right now? Because I said in the other show, I think the word temptation is going to be big. Temptation with Leon and Tom Thibodeau and the rest of this front office in terms of, what needs to be done right now. We all know the Knicks need help. To what degree? I wouldn't change anything in the starting five for me at the moment unless it's a significant upgrade. To the likes of a level of, let's say it's an OG Anunoby, depending on what kind of trade that looks like. But that's the only move to that level where I would take Quentin Grimes out of the starting unit, because I struggle to see them take an RJ out. So it's most likely going to be Grimes if anything's touched from this starting unit. But the most likely scenario is the bench. We've got Alex Caruso. The New York Knicks have been heavily scouting the Chicago Bulls recently. One NBA insider says to keep an eye out for that. So it doesn't really sound like a report to me, but it's keep an eye out. Yeah, keep an eye out. And we got the chat rocking out. Appreciate everyone out here. The best fan base, the best team, best podcast, best arena. Let's go. And we have a new fan up in here. Appreciate you, Emder. Let's go. New here, fire all day, fire Tibbs. Yep. No need for Levine. Yep. Like Dirty, I could talk myself into Levine, but I'm probably more 70 past 30. I want to hear what it looks like in terms of the trade package as well. Because the only reason is because dudes like him don't become available very often. Dudes of that kind of talent. But I think we're doing well the way we are, and disrupting that for Levine, and passing on a lot of these picks that we have, that could be better used for another deal, I think. No Melo trades either. Yep. Yeah, I think we're past that too, Emder. I think we're past it. Shah says, I think we make a big move for 3 reasons. Randle's dominance, Brunson's dominance, and RJ's inconsistencies. Yep. You hit with that, fam. You hit. I could see that too. Any move they make is definitely going to have all 3 of those things in consideration, like you said. I also think it's got a lot to do about the East, fam. What was the beast is been a bit of a letdown as well. And I was victim of overhyping the East as well. I'm not going to lie. But yes, we have 38 games left. But to sit here and say that the Bulls, the Hawks, the Pacers and the Heat, the Raptors and the Wizards are all below us, definitely it's got to be one of the big reasons is the East is wide open right now, fam. The East is wide open. And we're primed to, if we make the upgrades in the right place, whether or not you're happy with it or not, that could be a second round playoff performance, a third round playoff performance, Obviously, matchups are going to be key. We match up well against, I think we match up well against Philly. I think we match up well against Cleveland. I really want to see us against the Heat. The Heat's ability to defend and keep all 5 guys on a string and trap and blitz. I think the Miami Heat could be a worse matchup for the New York Knicks. So Like I said, playoffs are all about matchups, because like I said, I think against Cleveland, Philly, the Bucks, even the Knicks usually play really well, but against the Heat, they know how to defend. But I'm still taking us all day, every day. I'm still confident. I want to see that matchup. I want to see us beat the Heat. Now the Pacers, they're overachieving. That's been a cute story for the Pacers at 23 and 21. I think attrition just catches up to them throughout the season. I think they fall back down. And I could see the Hawks or the Bulls or the Raptors making a late run if one of them doesn't want to blow it up. But the smart thing would be to blow it up. Yep. Now, with Levine's contract, it's on a 5-year, 215 milli max. Yep. He's definitely not worth that considering the value our dudes are on right now. You've also got to consider fit. How does he play off of those guys? Randle and Brunson need the ball a lot. I guess, Levine can be nice catch and shoot as well, but he needs to be on the ball some as well. It's definitely going to hinder RJ's development, hinder RJ's growth. Yep. Miami's on the uptick as well. You can never count them out totally as well, fam. Bam Adebayo, a very deserving all-star himself, keeping that squad together. 24 and 20, the Heat are just one game off of us. So for all the underachieving, they're still in it. Yep, they've still got a pulse. But the Pacers, the Hawks, the Bulls, and the Raptors are sorry at the moment. And you would have to think 2 or 3 of those are just going to miss out, or go south with this situation, with the Hawks most likely to shake things up. Yep. The chat's agreeing. East is open. One thing is, you got to be careful not to get short-sighted as well. I keep mentioning that T word, not Thibodeau. Temptation. Does Leon Rose and co start feeling themselves, start thinking, hey, let's make this big move. We're closer than we think, rather than just let the season ride out. Let Grimes and RJ get more reps, let them develop. So what if we're a first round exit, second round exit, a playoff performance is still a playoff appearance is still going to help us in the long term. I think with players getting used to the reps and all of that. So we've got the road ahead up. You guys tell me what's your record in the next 8, the next stretch coming through. I predicted 5 out of 8, 5 and 3 minimum. 5 out of 3, 5 and 3. I think we beat Toronto and Washington. Now, out of the second Toronto and Atlanta game, we might drop one of there. And then I think out of Cleveland, Boston, Brooklyn, and LA, we lose 2, win 2, which is, considering it's 3 or 4 of the teams that we've struggled against, I think splitting those is absolutely fine. We've done the legwork right now. We're 6 games over. We just got to keep it ticking. We just got to keep it buzzing. Right, split those last 4 as well, with the last 3 on national TV. But I'd be fascinated to see what we look like in the Cleveland game, because we all remember Cleveland earlier in the season. We was up 13 and we capitulated and we blew that one away. So let's see how we look, how much we've grown. We're really going to see growth in that second Cleveland game. And Boston and Brooklyn, Brooklyn's going to be buzzing with that one at the Barclays, right? I mean, that's going to be legit, potentially third and fourth seed going against each other, or second seed versus fourth seed, fifth seed as well. Could this be the year there's a legit Brooklyn Knicks rivalry where both teams are good, both teams playoff bound? Let that sink in right here. If you're a Giants fan, it's buzzing. I think the Rangers lost. Unfortunately, the Jets back in the lottery. But yeah, a large part of the New York sports landscape's buzzing right now. But of course, the Knicks family, the Knicks fan base is where it's at right now. Dirty's got 5-3 as well. Yep. Let's go with that. Yep. So Shah Legacy says Kuzma's salary is 13 mil at the moment until 2024. Wow. So he's got one more year. Okay. I thought Kuz was a free agent. That's going to be very interesting. There's going to be a long line of people trying to trade for Kuz, I feel. Put everyone in that category, even Atlanta. I think Atlanta might trade John Collins with that. Yeah, we good. G-men, stand up. Yeah, what a game from the Giants too as well. We all know that feeling, man, when you miss the playoffs for so long, you're back in there as well. You miss that atmosphere as well, the crowd, the hype. There's nothing like it when it comes to playoffs in football and in the NBA. There's just nothing like it. That feeling, we're hype out here. The New York Knicks, 6 games over 500, right? In sole 6 seed, but with huge uptick. That's the caveat. The 4th seed, right, 2 years ago, everyone kind of felt that the Knicks were 4th, just squeezing every last drop out of a veteran-laden team. But this team can be a 4th seed as well, but with huge uptick, flexibility, assets as well as guys outplaying their contracts as well. I'm talking at the very top, Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, both outplaying their contracts, man. That's what gets you to the top, ladies and gentlemen, right? Some people have role players outplay their contracts, right? You lucked out when 2 of your best players, your all-stars, are on cost-friendly contracts, man. The only way is up after that. And of course, I think Jalen Brunson's contract is descending. He doesn't even reach 30 mil at any point in the contract, and it's descending each and every year. So shout out Brock Aller, shout out Leon, Worldwide West, shout out Tibbs, shout out Rick Brunson, anyone else who's involved, Scott Perry as well, right? Cost-friendly deals and all-stars right now. Let's get them some more help, I'm all for that. I'm all in terms of being a buyer. In terms of how big the move is, it's got to depend on that piece. Something might shock us, and like the chat's been saying, like we keep spitting, a lot of these picks the Knicks have are protected, right? Some of them might convey, some might not until 3-4 more years as well. So we got the Milwaukee one, the Detroit one, Washington's one down the line. We got Dallas's one this year, and we got all of our own. So I'm good making a big move because I still don't think it's going to be all in. With you could trade all these picks we have that are owned by other teams, and we still have all of our own to build with as well. So incredible situation we're in. incredible flexibility with uptick from these players playing and guys as well, right? We've taken the veterans out of the situation with Rose, with Fournier. Hartenstein's not a long-term signing, so it's unfortunate, but I'm not sweating it right now because, Hartenstein is going to be, it's most likely going to be out of here in one more year. Jericho's still young. Jericho's got great opportunity so far. He'll be ready if his number's called. Maybe they make a bigger move with another shooter or a big man. Is Sharp highlights that Kuz is CAA. That's very, very interesting. I hadn't looked that up, so appreciate you for that. Great work. Connections there. There's a lot of talk about Miles Turner. He's CAA as well, but I would have entertained that in the off season. But right now, Mitchell Robinson, not the way he's playing. Yep, I'm comfortable with Mitch here long term now. Yes, he can't shoot it, but what he does give you is dominance in other areas of the game right now. Right, points in the paint, rebounds as well, fam. Yep. Also, I'll pull up some gems in terms of some other stats coming through, because there's some eye-opening stuff right now, ladies and gents. Well, the stats, the season's been buzzing. Smash that like button right now. The future's very bright, right? The Knicks are in 6th seed. Oldest rotation player is 28. 7 first-round picks in the next 3 years. 3 best players on low-cost contracts till 26 as well. So Mitchell Robinson on the verge of reaching 2nd place in the Knicks all-time block leaders, about to surpass Bill Cartwright. Yep, with 543 blocks. Mitch is on 523. So he's just some 20 blocks away from being the 2nd highest Knick behind Patrick Ewing in all-time blocks, right? And he's only 25 years old. Julius Randle's season so far, he's 8th in the NBA in points, 3rd in the NBA in rebounds, and 14th in the NBA in 3-pointers. Let that sink in right now, right? Our power forward is 14th in the NBA in 3-pointers, 3rd in the NBA in rebounds, 8th in points. Emmanuel Quickley's last 14 games, 18 points, 4.2 rebounds, 4 assists, 47% field goal percentage, 60% team shares, plus 11 points in every single game right now. Absolute incredible development right now. Yep. Let's get him some extra help off the bench. Like I said, multiple guys could be the smart move. Let's say you bring in Caruso, and let's say you bring in a Terrence Ross. Let's say you bring in Malik Beasley. Let's say you bring in Jordan Clarkson. We got enough assets to make some smart moves as well. I think there's going to be the right amount of dudes available. With the Alec Burks thing, I would love to see Alec Burks back. And by the way, he was lit tonight, was Alec. He's exactly the kind of dude we need. But unfortunately, you can't bring back the guy that you traded for in less than 12 months. So, yeah, with that situation, it's going to have to be someone else. Maybe in the future, Alec Burks finds his way back. Yep. With the situation with Obi, keep talking about what you guys think is the best play with Obi. A tough situation right now. I've been saying I love Obi. and I wanted him to be a long-term Nick. And as I was saying that, I was saying time is running out, though. You had to make a decision on something, increase his minutes, play him with Randle more, do something, right? So time was running out, and I think time's ran out now, unfortunately, Time doesn't stop for no one. The more you hold on to him and you're not playing him 15 plus minutes, Obi tonight was 9 minutes, right? That's not fair to a player like that, You can't get into rhythm. You can't get consistency. You don't know what your role is on the floor. I mean, anyone expecting to see, players pop off the screen in 9 minutes, it's just not going to happen. It's no coincidence Quickly's play elevated when his minutes elevated, because, players get in rhythm. They expect to play. They can prepare mentally, physically, all of that stuff, With Obi, he doesn't know the minutes he's going to get every night, It's unfortunate. But let's see what we can get for him, Yeah, we started last season over the cap too. We got Mitch, Randle, and Brunson both underpaid. In your opinion, Shah? We're getting more than our money's worth, yep. If you look at it, that's the reason why the Knicks will have a max slot still available. The fact is, right, you take Derrick Rose, Fournier, Cam Reddish's salary, maybe even Obi Toppin's salary if you need, and you've got yourself another small max, I think, another max/small max as well. And I think the fact that you got Mitch on 15 mil is good as well, because you got an all defensive type starting big man on 15 mil when the cap's about to go up, the cap about to spike as well. So yeah, even the Mitch thing was big. Yep, it all works well together, especially the descending deals as well. We got Portugal in the house. HP, salute. This thing's worldwide. Knicks Nation, the strongest out here. Good question from Anschild about Rokas. I tweeted about this, I think, a couple weeks ago, fam. I've been keeping an eye on Rokas's games. He's developing nicely. Again, his minutes are pretty inconsistent, unfortunately. The way Europe runs, it's crazy. It's like they play these midweek games against, EuroLeague teams, and then they play the Spanish ACB. Some games you'll get 15 minutes. Sometimes you'll get 3 minutes. And sometimes you'll get 18 minutes. Then he plays 6 minutes. So it's just like, it's up and down for Rokas. But there was one game 3 weeks ago where Rokas had 12 points, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds in 26 minutes. So he's coming along. I think it's best Rokas stays in Europe, to be honest, for at least maybe one more year. I would keep Rokas down over there cooking. Yep. Bring him in as a more experienced recruit, 24, 25 years old. Wait till he's ready. Maybe a perfect time will be when we've gutted this team with a big trade. We've gutted all our draft picks and traded everything for that next star, and we need some depth. That could be the right time to bring Rokas, but with the limited minutes now and the limited roster spots, I would keep Rokas cooking, fam, in Europe, because he's playing great competition, and he's developing nicely. His ceiling is a very solid pro in the NBA. I hate making comparisons, but maybe not talent comparisons, but maybe a career comparison could be like a Corey Joseph. A career comparison could be, maybe a lazy comparison could be Goran Dragic, which is a nice comp for him. Maybe a nice ceiling for him. But with Jalen Brunson here, we don't need him to be that guy, you know. Let's see. But I do believe now that Quickly is a piece moving forward with now. I think one of the things this whole front office is in sync with now is the Quick situation now. I really do. I think he's played himself into the Knicks' future plans. Honestly, there's no need to really, you know, if a team calls for Quick, there's no need to stay on the line unless the conversation's about a superstar. You know, it would take 2 first-round picks to get the conversation started right now because of what we're trying to achieve here. You know, we're trying to achieve winning, and if you're selling quickly, it needs to be for a bigger piece. You know, nothing less than that, or you know, big future draft compensation. You know, you know, our bench is weak enough as it is. We're trying to get stronger up in here. Alex Caruso. I think Colby White will be on the block. He's inconsistent, not too much of a fan of Colby White. I would definitely take a flyer on Ayo Dosunmu. I don't know whether or not the Bulls will be willing to give up Dosunmu. He would be a nice buy low situation for the future, that is. But yeah, the regular names you'll hear will be Beasley, Eric Gordon, Terrence Ross. Jordan Clarkson will definitely be available, but I think his price in negotiations will be super high. I think there'll be a lot of teams try to deal with that situation. Danny Ainge on the line, that's going to get ugly. You know, they're going to want 2, 3 first-round picks and some. I think for Clarkson, you know, I think they're a piece Utah's happy to build with. Yeah, Emder as well, I agree. No Colby White. Yep. Look, Devin Booker's under contract for a minute now. Yep. I can't see that happening unless it's a trade, you know. And also, we talked about the East and people underachieving. We can't leave out the West because the Phoenix Suns, ladies and gents, are in 21 and 23 right now in 10th spot right now, with the Blazers now in 11th spot. So the West starting to pick things up. The Timberwolves have picked themselves up off the canvas and have got themselves into 7th place now with a 500 record, 22 and 22. The LA Clippers are underachieving as well. I'd watch that space too. That was something I was thinking the other day. Paul George. There's talk, there's real rumblings in the Clippers front office that they're growing impatient with this contention window, and they might be ready to pull the plug. Ladies and gentlemen, let that sink in. Because I think if there's a prototypical dude that would fit perfectly between Brunson and Randle, is Paul George right now. I'm not even the biggest Paul George fan. Now I'm just pulling up PG's age because that is a key. Obviously, we want return on investment with PG, and he's 32 years of age. So yeah, that's fine. Yep. You know, you want to make a run at that for 3-4 years. If Paul George became available, that's the kind of dude who you would be willing to trade multiple unprotected first-round picks for. The way we're going. Yep. Porzingis situation will be interesting. KP has played well when he's been healthy. Availability is always that concern with KP. You know, every team got to be a little scared with that. I think that will bring his price down. You know, KP on a Kyle Kuzma type deal, $20 million would be a fair investment for some teams. I don't know if he's going to get the 30 mil that he wants. You know, that's going to be very interesting because KP can't play. You know, big stretches without needing to take time off. See, I'm looking at the Clippers, in the next few years. They're in 6th seed, ladies and gentlemen. They're not even close to, unless they can flick a switch in the playoffs, which is very, very unlikely when you're going up against Luka and the Mavs, Pelicans, Grizzlies, the Nuggets, the Warriors, these battle-hardened teams. Their window's closing quick, man. It's closing real quick. The Clippers, maybe this year, maybe next year, and that's it. If they're brave enough to hold on to that situation, again, those guys can't play. Kawhi can't play meaningful stretches as well. I think the Mavericks will be buyers as well. They're desperately trying to get Luka some help. Desperately trying to get him help. In 5th seed, shout out to the Kings. The Kings are doing well off, great trades. Sabonis fitting with Fox, with Keegan Murray, with some drafting and some moves as well. Things are shaking right for the Kings. And then, of course, the Pels, the Grizzlies, and the Nuggets are for real. Yep. They're going for it with that situation. So, yeah, very, very proud of these Knicks, making the most of what we got right now. Who would have thought what was once a strength, though, is now a weakness, and that's the bench, fam. The bench. And, of course, we could always upgrade the starting unit, but it's got to be that 3rd star. Yep. I'm not shaking up the starting unit unless it's for that 3rd star. There's going to be many names to come through. I think the Knicks are sitting pretty the way they're looking right now, and their portrayal around the league with winning and also young guys ascending. That's on the back of Quickly, Mitchell Robinson, Grimes, RJ, Sims, everyone, I think. And I think it deserves a shout out that the fact that Brunson's 26 years old as well, right? He's our legit starting point guard for the next 7+ years at least, in his prime, fam. Let that sink in. We haven't had a point guard in that long. We haven't had a point guard for that long. Yeah. Malik Monk and Delhi. Nice one, Jax. Nice. They're a nice blend of young players and some veterans as well. Yep. Every team that wins normally needs a few good vets. You can't win in this league with just young players. But if you got the right veterans with good young players growing, that's a great recipe. That's a great recipe to overachieve, So I've predicted 5-3 in this next 8 games. Also, Dirty Dancer and some of the chat as well got to 5-3. So where would that have the Knicks right now after that stretch? So if we were if we go 5-3, we would be 30-22, 8 games over, ladies and gentlemen. 25-19, and if we can at minimum go 5-3 in these next 8 games, which is very, very achievable, we'll be 30-22, ladies and gentlemen, 8 games over 500, and very realistically in 5th seed, close to 4th seed, depending on what Philly and Cleveland do. They might have a few tough games. We could obviously beat Cleveland, and that'll be a huge swing in the standings, ladies and gents. So I'm definitely keeping an eye out on that matchup, because the New York Knicks are only 2 games back of Cleveland. So the game that we play each other is going to be huge in 4 games' time. So we might have some help by then. One thing's for sure is, like we hit on, we need these minutes down. I don't want Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle to have to sit and miss time or get injured, Play quickly more. Play RJ more at the 4 with the bench unit. Play Sims. Hell, play Reddish if you want to. Play Svi. They can spell a few minutes. Nothing crazy, but they could spell a few, I think. We need it. We need a bit of help with this, But the games will come tough after this. They'll come thick and fast. And 38 games remain in this crazy NBA season, fam. We here. Now we have a super chat, ladies and gents, from the one, the only. He keeps the streets buzzing 24/7. Parish Duggars in the house. Salute. Parish, appreciate you for the contributions. Hope all is well with you. Happy New Year. And Happy New Knicks. With that. Parish says, salute, CT. I love where we are at as a team. Keeps trending upwards. Now we took care of biz today, but our minutes played may cost us tomorrow. Yep, on point, Parish. Yep. That's the thoughts on your mouth, but on a lot of our mouth as well. Yep. Real, recognize real. We continue to take care of business, which is pleasing, whether it's lowly opponents on the road, etc. But we always got to have one eye on what's next. It's disappointing. We couldn't get the starters a rest tonight. Disappointing. But everyone points to a team's record. I'm not about to big up the Pistons at 12-35, 14th seed. However, players like Alec Burks, Jaden Ivey, Isaiah Stewart, Killian Hayes, they got some players, they could play. But the idea is if you're playing Randle and Brunson that many minutes, you should have put them away earlier. Unfortunately. Now tomorrow's gonna be tough. 100%, you're right. Looking at this team coming through, Toronto's trying to get some revenge on us. So let's see how we look. Let's see. Maybe tomorrow's a game where Tibbs, maybe, I use the word lightly, is a game where Tibbs opens things up a bit more, fam, with the rotation minutes. As I pull up the box score again tonight, Obi only played 9 tonight. Hartenstein only played 12. Deuce McBride only played 5. And Quickly played 34. So RJ only played 27. So that's perfect. So Parish and chat. My game plan for tomorrow would be, with Quickly only playing 34 minutes and RJ only playing 27, I would rely on them heavily tomorrow on that game. Yep. With Randle and Brunson both hitting 40, I would try to get them some breathers, and I would get heavy minutes with Barrett and Quickly playing with the bench and the starting unit for stretches as well to keep the score ticking over. And with Deuce McBride playing 5 minutes tonight, Toppin playing 9 minutes, I would get them up to 15 minutes tomorrow, 15, 20 minutes. And then tomorrow we see how we do. Yeah. We see if they can give us that boost of energy that Obi and we know Deuce can give us, Because those dudes can be a lightning rod, I'm kind of surprised tonight. Deuce 5 minutes in a game like against Detroit as well. Have some trust, have some faith. The game was just too tight for too long tonight. But Obi 9 minutes. Let's see, fam. Tibbs has worn some guys out. It's becoming clear as well. The fact that we can't put these teams away early, it's gonna get tighter and tougher. Yep. And he will ride the starters, absolutely. Yep. Especially on the path to this all-stardom, ladies and gentlemen, as the New York Knicks have potential 2 All-Stars heading in. You know, we're close to the break heading in, and I think this is that mini stretch that Tibbs is looking at now, and he's going to be like, let's go, let's pull all these dubs out, let's play these guys 40. But yeah, Quickly's minutes increasing by the day. That's a smart move as well. Let's get Quickly's minutes up to late 30s even as well, just so you're not killing Brunson with 40 plus every night. That's back-to-back games. Brunson's played 40 now. Randle, I'm not as worried about. He's very, very durable, and he's more senior, 28 years old. He's built like a truck, and he's built to survive, is Julius. But eventually, we're going to want his minutes down. I think, you know, we're 44 games into the season, 45 games into the season. I think he can go a little more. It's Brunson I'm worried about. Absolutely Brunson I'm worried about. Because in worst case scenario, fam, if Brunson missed a few games, I could see a look where Quickly is starting with Grimes, with RJ, with Randle and Mitch, and we're still winning games. Like, we're still on track to win a lot of games, you know. And if you need to play Rose off the bench or Deuce more minutes, but if Randle went down, I think that's going to be a bigger issue. I think that will be a bigger issue if Randle went down, because the way IQ's playing and the way Randle's playing, with IQ and Randle together, that's enough to win a lot of games still. But if you take Randle out, the double teams he commands, the 3-point shooting he gives you from the 4 spot, you know, we would be in a position where we would need Obi Toppin to step up, or we're in a position where we need RJ to play some 4 ball as well. So that'd be a tricky situation with that. Yeah, Randle's going ham. David, salute. Yep, eclipsing his season from the MIP season, fam. Yep. As I pull it up on screen now, the race for the 30-point games, fam. Anyone that just joined us recently, we're doing a giveaway. We'll give away a Randle jersey and a Brunson jersey for the closest guess as to how many 30-point games each of them will hit this season. Randle's previous highest is 15 with the Knicks from the MIP season. He's already on 12, so with 38 games left, Julius Randle will eclipse that feat from 2 years ago, and he's on 12. Brunson's on 9. He was 3 points shy of getting that 30 piece tonight. He missed that late 3 ball, which would have got him that. But the point is, these 2 gentlemen will be in elite Knicks company by the end of the season, with the Knicks all-time high, Patrick Ewing, with 36 30-point games in a season. There you see some of the names. Amari Stoudemire, 22 from the 2010 season. We have Melo, who got to 25 and who got to 31 2 times in his Knicks career. I think Julius Randle was definitely a chance to eclipse the first one from Melo, 25 30-point games right now. There you see, BK, Bernard King, the one, the only. In his short stint, he has 2. Fam, let that sink in. BK was a walking bucket to the likes we may never see again. I'd be surprised if Randle can get to that, but he could definitely get Melo's first one at 25. The way he's playing, he's just on a tear. He's going to get all the shots. Think about it. He's going to get to the line more. Remember, the quickest way to a 30 piece is to get to the line. You know, get 10 points at the line every single game. then you're laughing. Cheap, easy points. Yep. And I think that just basically puts the debate to bed whether this season's better than Randle's MIP season, right? Think about it. 15 30-point games in the MIP season. This season, he's already on 12 with 38 games remaining. Right? It's not even a debate anymore. This season from Randle is eclipsing the MIP season. The numbers don't lie right now. The crazy numbers don't lie. And Julius Randle is on a tear right now around the league. Right now, 8th in the NBA in points, 3rd in the NBA in rebounds, 14th in the NBA in threes from a power forward situation as well. Right. Not only has he bounced back, he's basically bounced through a brick wall as well. Just like the New York Giants bounced through a brick wall through their first playoff win in a minute. Salute. Trying to keep a lid on things because, we know this team's shortcomings. They continue to take care of business, but we know what's waiting ahead of us, smarter coaching, better scouting reports, guys scheming against us. When we get more attention going on, and we're relying heavily on 2-3 guys right at the moment, ideally it would be great to stretch this thing out. Get Grimes more shots, get Deuce and Obi's minutes up a bit when we can, and win based off of defense. I think a lot of these games where we just back and forth putting up points is usually when it's the cardiac kind of games, because we're just letting the other team score as well. The Brooklyn one's going to be fun. The Cleveland game's going to be really fun as well. Those are going to be back and forth, high scoring affairs, I think. The Boston one I could see being a grinded out, low scoring affair. And the Lakers one I think is just going to be a straight score fest because they can't contain nobody. Can the Lakers as well. Tomorrow's going to be tough. Tomorrow, Toronto coming in with revenge. They play tough, physical. We got Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby. We took it to them in the 6 with Manchild in the building, and we're in a situation where it'll be really impressive to me if we can beat Toronto back to back as well. It'll be one of the more impressive wins, not because Toronto are any good, but they're a decent team. But usually when you play a team twice in as many weeks, it's tough, It's tough. They know what to expect. Coming off a back-to-back tonight, that's going to be a real tough one, fam. But continue to give us some names, fam. Give us some names. Who would you like to see? Are you for the Caruso move? Are you Kuzma move? Is there someone else that got you buzzing right now? For me, there's multiple kind of dudes. I think it's not just one dude we may need to get. I think we can bring in some multiple help with Terrence Ross, maybe Gordon, maybe Malik Beasley. I think the Jordan Clarkson and Kuzma moves are on another level. Another level. That's gonna cost you multiple picks and a decent piece. Multiple picks with a decent piece as well. So one positive thing is, right, the Knicks are coming from, a position of leverage, because I really feel like we have pieces that can help other teams. I'm talking Cam Reddish. I'm talking Derrick Rose. But I do feel like with us winning, I don't think other teams can use particular or try to bleed us for more than what we should give up, because we're winning. Yes, we need bench help, but if a team's trying to act act out, we could just turn the other cheek, and get the next guy. There's going to be plenty of guys available. Dude's got surplus of pieces like Orlando, right? Mo Bamba, Terrence Ross, right? They have no use for them. Orlando Magic in 13th seed, 13th position, 16 and 27, right there as well. They have no use for Terrence Ross, right? I'm not sure of the Bamba situation either, but some length, some shooting, some playmaking would be great to relieve the pressure. Relieve the pressure off this situation, off the bench. Even if they're not the best defender, I would be willing to sacrifice on that, because we have Deuce McBride still. We could always go offense, defense if we need, but I really think above all else, this squad needs scoring off the bench, ladies and gentlemen. A bit of playmaking would be nice, but we need scoring off this bench, man. Yep. Jarvis LaFleur up in here. Appreciate you, fam. Let's go. You think Randle can get to around 25 30-point games, and Brunson up to 18 30-point games. Nice, Jarvis. I feel you. I feel that. I went a little bit more optimistic. I thought Julius can get to 28. I think he could get up to 28 30-point games, and I put Brunson at 22. Yep. Just because I think as the games get tougher, like tonight, Brunson will stay in the games late. He'll keep playing 38, 40 plus minutes. He'll get a lot of shots, and he'll also get fouled a lot as well. Like tonight was a great example. Brunson should have had a 30 piece. He should have been on 10 and Randle on 12 after tonight, because Brunson finished with 27 points, but he also missed a couple of threes as well. As I pull up the box score, how many threes did Brunson miss? Yeah, he went 2 of 4 from 3. So had he hit one more 3, that's his 30 piece right there. So, but it is optimistic. I like Jarvis's guess. Yep. JB's on 9. Yep. 9-point games, 30-point games. Absolutely. Yep. Randle's he's going to get 20 plus. No doubt about it. No doubt about it, fam. He could just score in a multitude of ways, backing his man down, post-ups, getting to the line, the 3-point balls, money right now from Randle. And he's just a scoring machine right now, fam. And he's going to be an elite Knicks company after this. But pulling this up was just a nice trip down memory lane as well, Knicks fam, because we saw some great feats that we need to acknowledge. Bernard King twice, Patrick Ewing's all up in this thing, Bob McAdoo, Richie Guerin, Carmelo Anthony twice, Amari Stoudemire's 2010 season, before it was interrupted, had 22 for the season, which is no mean feat, man. That's more than a quarter of your games being a 30-point game. Yep. And of course we have Walt. Yep. The legends, man. The legends up in there. 50% not good enough. Yeah, it is good enough, fam. I'm just saying, he could have got to the 30 piece, if he hit one more. But what I mean was, I think Brunson's good for a 30 piece on most nights. I think he's going to surprise some people. He might get up to 20, 30 point games. Let's see. But we'll quickly recap and then we'll wrap this baby up for the night. But it's been a situation where, the New York Knicks are winning on the road, one of the best road teams in the league. A salute to them. Salute to the All-Stars mounting their case for this squad, doing huge things, and sizable, tangible improvement can be made. As we continue this talk about, which pieces will get in here. The Knicks continue to win in certain ways. We dominate the paint. So tonight, points in the paint. It wasn't high, but we still won the fast break points. And tonight's turnover, it was a big win with the turnovers, just 6 turnovers for the entire game. So that deserves a huge shout out. Yep. Yeah, it's going to be tough. We might have to say goodbye to some of these players we're a fan of, fam. But it comes down to a roster crunch. I think ultimately we see, the 9-10 man rotation. A lot of dudes will want opportunities, that they might not be getting. Cam Reddish, deserving an opportunity somewhere. I think Obi's at that point now. Yep. Yeah, great question, Jarvis, too. It'd be very interesting to see how the Nets respond with KD projected to be out for at least 1 month. Completely forgot about KD's MCL sprain, fam. So in second seed, the Nets at 27-14, I expect them to take a dip. Yep. Expect them to take that dip. And and encounter some challenges, especially when the schedule gets tough for the Brooklyn Nets, fam. But one thing's for sure, man, as we approach the All-Star break, the trade deadline, the New York Knicks are relevant. The fan base is buzzing. Smash that like button, because we here got the best fan base, the best podcast in the world, and the best arena. And everyone's enjoying the season for different reasons. We've got a nice draft at the end of the rainbow right now. The East is wide open. Who knows what's going to happen? Leon Rose and co. cooking something up major right now. So let's get it tomorrow. Appreciate having out here. Have a beautiful night. Enjoy. Let's get it. And we'll talk tomorrow. Peace.